Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the third performance in actually the fourth performance, because one was twice, of the Body and Land series. As many of you know, Body and Land is an exploration of eco-justice through a variety of artistic mediums. It is a week-long series of events held here at Christ Church Cathedral. It's the result of about a years-long partnership and work shared among the Cathedral, Ecclesia Contemporary Ballet Theater, and Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Middletown, Connecticut. I am Gilda Eliota. I am not Michelina Howe, who is in the audience this evening. I am the chair of the Congregations Committee, and it is my privilege to be able to welcome you tonight to our redesigned space into Body and Land. The Dean has asked me to particularly thank her collaborators on the planning team, which includes the Reverend Mary Barnett of Holy Trinity Episcopal Church in Middletown, and Alyssa Schroth of Ecclesia Contemporary Ballet Company. They have worked tirelessly, particularly Alyssa, whose talents, dogged determination, and extra effort really made this week's events happen. I'm going to go off script here for a minute because I think it's also appropriate to thank the Cathedral Dean, Michelina Howe, whose efforts over the last year to bring this series of events to fruition have been substantial, at times rising to the Herculean. And so she's too modest to thank herself, so I'm going off script to extend our thanks to her. Now, to talk about tonight's program. We have an exciting program for you tonight that features the music of Cuatro Puntos and the sculpture of Father Samuel Fuller. And let me tell you a little bit about each of our artists. Father Samuel Fuller is a Capuchin sculptor and friar. He is an eco-justice activist who, through his art, explores the concepts of space and unity. And Father Sam will be telling us more about his artworks and the inspirations for it a little bit later in the program. I also want to introduce the Cathedral's artists in residence, the Cuatro Puntos Ensemble. Cuatro Puntos is a nonprofit corporation that explores social justice through the arts, primarily through music. They have performed all over the world with a repertoire of both classical and contemporary new works. And now I will turn things over to the artistic director and founder of Cuatro Puntos, Kevin Bishop, to tell us more about the piece we're going to be hearing tonight. Kevin?
Good evening, and thanks for being here. I'm Kevin. I'm director of Cuatro Puntos, and we're, as she said, an organization that explores the ways to uplift underrepresented, silenced, and persecuted artistic voices around the world. This takes form of various partnerships and projects that synergistically and organically unfold over a span of many years for each project. And this often also involves the musicians of Cuatro Puntos Ensemble, who you'll hear tonight. Tonight you'll be experiencing a little snapshot of one of our projects that we've had going on over the last couple of years, since about 2020. And it's a brief glimpse at the type of work that we do. Through the Eyes of Children is a partnership between Cuatro Puntos and the National Campaign to Stop Violence, Do the Right Thing. And that is an organization that works with 93,000 middle school students each year to try and reduce youth violence. The cycle of violence is a common fact in American families, being passed down and intensified from generation to generation. Systematic violence traumatizes our youth, and that dark cycle of violence spills out into our schools. Very few people in this world will ever dare to break this familiar cycle and set a new circle in motion, a circle of love and kindness and forgiveness and empathy. Through the Eyes of Children is a marriage of music and spoken word that features 7 insightful middle school students from around the country who are speaking out against violence in their schools and their lives. They've had enough of the cycle of violence, and they're brave enough to confront the cycle. These 7 young people are among the nationally recognized writers from the National Campaign to Stop Violence. 3 of them are from Florida, 2 are from Texas, 1 is from California, and 1 is from Montana. And their powerful essays are among the few each year that get enshrined in the Library of Congress. These young scholars are a light of hope for a brighter future, a future where the youngest generation is able to stand up to a cycle of violence before it becomes a permanent and uniquely American culture of violence. So tonight, you will hear 7 young people from around the country, read portions of their essay, and you'll hear musical responses that were made by composers Amin Moqdad and myself in compositional partnership and inspiration from these brave young people. You'll be seeing them by video tonight, but we had such a pleasure working with them to make this happen. The music's played by Cuatro Puntos Ensemble. And tonight, because their essays are quite lengthy, you won't be hearing the full, you'll be hearing snippets that go with each piece. But this summer, an album will be released that features the scholars, the students reading their full essays and the music you'll hear tonight in a marriage of spoken word and music in an album, all right? So we hope you enjoy Through the Eyes of Children, but before we play, I would like to introduce our next speaker.
Thank you, Kevin. Great. This speaks of the breadth and the richness of the vision behind these events this week. I'm a sculptor exhibiting these 4 pieces throughout the week here, but wanted to highlight them, particularly this evening and also on Friday evening. My work, it just so happens, I've been doing sculpture for some 40 years. It wasn't as if I started off with the theme of eco-justice. Actually, the mission statement is one of unity and the sense of profound mystery and being so crouched on a path looking to see. So it's all about seeing and arriving at a sense of unity. It so happens the past couple of years that my work still reflect the work I've been involved with. Solidarity in terms of Care for Creation right here in Hartford, being part of the Hartford Earth Festival, 2013, 14, 15, and then also in New Hampshire, in Manchester, pastoring a parish there, a multicultural parish, and being involved from 2017 to 2020 in the issues of upholding the dignity of immigrants in the light of the misguided immigration policies. Right now, I'm working the ministry in Boston with the homeless. So all of these engagements have led to work which reflects that. But I will say that the work was not done directly for eco-justice. It just so happens the way it evolved. But I'll be sharing more insights about that during the interlude halfway through the program. Thank you.
Next time you see someone alone at lunch or on the playground, go sit with them, or at least say hello. No one wants to be alone. You never know how much a hello, or at least a smile, can mean to someone.
Christians, but they don't see the answer. They don't see the neglect. They don't see the drug addicts and alcoholic. They don't see the worst life anybody can have. Like mine used to be. Rolling around in pills, I had bad parents. I was in a bad environment, I had a bad life. I had no idea. I thought everyone's family was like that. I didn't care. I was normal. Right? Wrong. Some people had seen our life and they cared. We were not normal. We were neglected. Before things got any worse, before anyone died, before anyone was shipped off to California, we were moved. We had been saved. We had a better life. But not everybody gets to have that. Some are left on that bad path. Some are left alone. They have no choices. They're abandoned. They bottle up their emotions, left silent for years, mad about their past because no one cared about their bad life. They reach a breaking point. like or it's going to hurt, after something happened to influence it, we need something to make sure it doesn't happen in the first place. Something that takes from the root of the problem, the childhood.
Another way violence has affected my life is by not being able to visit my family who lives in Mexico. A couple of years ago, it would have been common to go every weekend. We would get together and host barbecue parties, enjoy home-cooked meal, and even celebrate our significant holidays, such as Christmas, Easter, and birthdays. Those familiar and comforting visits are long over. Because of increasing crime and gun violence, we only visit once a month at most. Because of violence, my family can no longer visit us frequently as before. It is hard only seeing your closest relatives a couple of times a year, and it is even harder when you realize it is all because of violence.
been living in a bubble, hidden away from the outer world. I always thought that what I saw on TV was only on TV and would never happen to me. But recently, my world was turned upside down. I was taken into reality. On August 3rd, I learned that we never really realize the importance of something until it happens to us. I write about violence as naturally as Jane Austen wrote about manners. Violence shapes and obsesses our society, and if we do not stop being violent, we have no future. Edward Bond. I was born in Pakistan, yes, the same Pakistan that's the world's 13th most dangerous country, the same Pakistan where a young girl was shot in the head for speaking out against injustice, and the same Pakistan where 5,000 women are killed annually due to domestic violence. I hate to admit it, but the stigma on my background has changed the way people see me as a person. Most will see a young girl, but some will see an alien, an immigrant, or possibly even a terrorist. These characteristics don't define me and never will, because violence is seen everywhere, and no one should be defined by the background but by the people they choose to become.
I still remember his face, the touch, the smell, the clothing, the bathroom counter, the blood, etc. In school, my peers playfully hit each other and hug each other when they see their other friends in the hallway. People called me germophobic because I did not like to be touched, when the real reason is that each friendly touch triggers memories of what happened. Someone close to me always told me, never keep your emotions bottled up because one day they will explode. So I want you, victims of youth violence, to remember you have a voice. I encourage you to speak up and raise awareness.
So I was asked to speak briefly on the connection between eco-justice, care for creation, and having this evening on the expression of children's voices concerning the violence that has impacted their lives. And actually, they're quite intimately related. We know, first of all, the violence that we have ourselves committed towards our environment, the failure to have reverence for it, and really what we see in the destruction of the environment exteriorly is really a reflection of our own interior being. So the two go hand in hand, how we relate to ourselves and how we relate to the environment. Having our children experience such violence in terms of a health crisis is sort of a amplification of such estrangement. Violence is rooted in fear and sense of separation. And what we also see here with our relationship to our environment is also a sense of separation and disconnection. The antidote to all this is a sense of belonging and also a sense of solidarity, and also including all voices. This is why it's so poignant to be able to be here and to hear the work of Cuatro Puntos, to be able to lift up the voices which normally are not lifted up. And in the opportunity for voices to be heard, is in a sense leading towards eventual healing. That's the hope. But whether we heal ourselves or heal our environment, there's an intimate relationship between our own fulfillment and also the fulfillment of creation. They're intimately related and they can't be separated. So, so this is part of the effort for ourselves to be of one community and also ourselves to be of solidarity. So thank you.
As if shootings are a never-ending stream of hopelessness, of death, of guilt. Why did those 17 deserve death? Why them? Why not me?
In conclusion, a force is slowly consuming this world as the years go by. It is negatively affecting lives and taking. This force, known as violence, is very powerful. However, there is a stronger force, kindness. With kindness, the dark force, known as violence, will be wiped out. This force positively affects lives and it does not take them. This force comes in a variety of forms, such as volunteering in organizations around the world that work together to end violence, being a role model for your peers, giving attention to those who are neglected, giving comfort to those who are abused, promoting peace on social media, and raising the self-esteem of others. The phrase, one apple a day keeps the doctor away, is just like how one act of kindness can prevent numerous acts of violence.
golden rule is to treat others how you want to be treated. In my opinion, all kids should be taught this. In conclusion, violence should be stopped in every way possible. Our world should be a peaceful place instead of a scary world where people have to be worried about getting bullied and judged for everything we do, or having to go to school and worry about getting hurt. Can't we all just be kind towards each other?
So we come to our last option to stop youth violence. To just be a buddy. Just be a light in their life, help them through tough times. You might not be a guardian, but you can make a difference. It may not always work, but you can try. Be a joker, be a partner, and just be a friend. Try as we might, there will always be somewhere left abandoned. But if we work hard together, we can reduce that number. Just be a buddy, try to make new rules, and try to help foster homes.
with my mom. Goodbye. I love you, Rafi, and Ingrid. Pet Samson for me. He was the last bit of me that would stay behind. If my friends survive, tell them I always loved them. Tell them I always loved them. Tell Theo, both of them, our wet eyes and our widow, Emily, Cameron, Rolene, even the sneer that I loved him. I'm sorry I couldn't keep myself alive.
Up, youth violence has become an epidemic worldwide, and no matter who you are, there's something you can do to help. For example, realizing when the bias is being used, and helping someone when they're going through something tough, or report it when it happens. All these things can make a difference to help prevent and decrease these rates. Like Edward Bond had said, if we do not stop being violent, we have no future. The future for you and many after you.
The human heart yearns for fulfillment and expression. Whether being a buddy, we might know in terms of the Good Samaritan, or even the Golden Rule, a sense of belonging, also a sense of healing, to be able to have hope for the future. So this has been quite remarkable. As you know, we're here for a whole week of events. If you see your programs, you'll see other events happening too the following evenings. So we want to make sure that we're aware of the importance of the work being done here, Cuatro Puntos, be able to hear the voices of those voices that we normally would not hear. So we're grateful for that. But also the values of community and solidarity, hoping in your own lives that you're able to find such expression. The world is in desperate need of healing, and hopefully we can be part of that. So thank you so much.